Welcome everyone back to Finesse Fridays. This is where I'm going to take the time to go through the swing trades for the week, not only the wins, but the discipline and the mindset behind each and every setup. This is going to be a little different. It's not going to be as long of a video, only due because of my location right now. I am at Babson College. So this week so far has shaped up to be another amazing week. Only because when I get into the next trade, this particular setup, it was analyzed over a month ago, around January, and it finally, this week, being the last week of February, finally hit our entry point, and it moved straight up today, being Friday, hitting our ultimate desired target, sending those option calls into overdrive, meaning high percentage returns. And I have a smile on my face because it's an amazing win. Although we did get stopped out on one of our swings, which is QRVO, I'm going to discuss the momentum, the thought process behind that as well. And we have an active trade besides the others I discuss that is still in progress. I'm hoping that that one hits target soon. So far, the momentum is still on the side of the direction of the trend in which we analyze. Let's jump into Netflix of a chart. Look at Netflix. Look at the movement over the last 3 days, the movement this week alone. Finally, our entry point was triggered. And you can see based off of today's candle alone, this acceleration, huge move to the upside. If I take you back to January of this year, Netflix had a great formation. In particular, I know chart is in a downtrend, that indeed. More so, we were looking at how price started to consolidate a bit, how momentum looked as if it was getting ready to shift, but it didn't shift as of yet. And that's the importance of entry point. I cannot stress entry point enough. No entry, no trigger. Therefore, we were able to sit back and allow price to do its thing, which is continue on the downside. I did not want any parts of the downside movement only because I don't believe in chasing entry points. I would have rather have a much earlier entry point in order to catch the short, basically making money when the price falls. However, Netflix remained on the email list since given week after week, allowing members to understand, although it did not trigger, it is something we are watching closely. As I'm looking at this chart currently right now, yes, we could have provided another entry point. However, we did not. I'm actually happy we didn't because it just showed the power of still having a correct entry point based off of analysis that was done a month prior, and seeing how that technical entry point still allowed price to move in the direction ultimately in which we analyze. Right now, I'll break out my trend line. The trend is your friend, just so you can see the extension of Netflix. We wanted price to move into this zone between 94 and 96 for our ultimate exit strategy. As I zoom out on the chart, you'll see exactly where price is hovering right now in terms of why that was our initial entry strategy. Once again, everyone, for a swing trade. Our goal is literally to hit targets in a matter of the same week, or it might take 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes a month, for certain setups to ultimately play out and hit the desired targets. Netflix not only triggered us this week, but also hit our exit strategy. I'm beyond happy, and the patience for the members as well. Congrats to them. Next, I'll move into QCOM. QCOM, this is ultimately where we did get stopped out. And based off of this one in particular, technically, I mean, it's still, price is still trending, but today's bar actually hit our stop. It did break trend. It all depends on what will happen next week. Would it reclaim trend? But for us right now, we are ultimately stopped out. Price was going very well. Even into yesterday's price action, we can see the high of this candle was almost 147. Shy about $1 per share away from our ultimate target, meaning we were in the money. However, we did not take profits because we were sticking to the plan. This stop out is a part of the trading plan. We have another trade currently that's in progress at the moment. I'll discuss that going into next week's Finesse Friday. All what you see here, I've already discussed prior. So you could take a look back at the Starbucks chart, at the CVS chart, and just see how price action is still moving and still swinging each and every way. It's always good to look back to see exactly how these trends ultimately follow through week after week, even after initially providing that entry point. This week's lesson alone for us is all about patience paying ultimately. Of course, respecting stops. That lesson will never get old. Remember, it's always a part of the plan. But the patient pays is just the ultimate saying, and Netflix showing us exactly how to remain patient, how to allow the entry point to actually come to us versus us chasing something that's not initially there. Netflix, what an amazing and awesome movement. The question once again, did we finesse the markets or did the market finesse us? Thankfully for Netflix occurring when it actually did occur, well, we were able to pull through. Great risk management, and Netflix, I'll say, saved the week. So yes, indeed, we did finesse the markets. Happy Friday, everyone. Have a great, wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on the next Finesse Friday.